The Texans rookies swept at the NFL honors 2 years in a row. Last year it was the Jets. This year it was the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud and Will Anderson winning offensive and defensive rookie of the year. Welcome back to Off the Gridiron, your Apollo HOU Houston Texans podcast. My name is Noah Outlaw. I am one of your hosts as always. And as always, I'm here with Garrett Harrelson. What's up, brother?
What up, man? Haven't been on here in a while, but now we finally have some good things to talk about.
Yeah.
Last time I was institutionalized,
Yep.
but
Then you went to Cancun.
by me,
Yeah.
I did it. No one else did it to me. I did it to
Yeah.
myself. But I'm feeling good now that CJ Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. Are rookies of the year, and also Andre Johnson is in the NFL Hall of Fame. So
It sure is. Hey,
great night for the Texans. Great night for the Texans last night. It was fantastic.
Shout out Dre, first Texan ever inducted into the Hall of Fame. Big time stuff. Huge, deserved. He should have been in last year and the year before even, and finally got in. So good job, Dre. Proud of you. Thanks for repping the H. But yeah, big night at the NFL honors. Obviously, CJ Stroud wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, which was a lock. I don't think anyone is arguing with that. There's the kind of the simpletons that are like Puka Nakua though, and it's like, shut up.
We don't talk to people like that.
No.
You know, if people go up to me and go, Puka Nakua should be winning, I'll be like, dude, why?
Yeah.
Why? Because he had a really good I know he had a really good receiving season, but he did not do what CJ Stroud did. CJ Stroud defied all odds this year as a rookie quarterback.
And Puka is great. I love Puka was really fun to watch, and he's phenomenal. And look, man, in any other year, he probably does win it. He probably does, but he just so happened to have his rookie year in the same rookie year as the best rookie quarterback of all time, CJ Stroud. And I say that with there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's solidified.
Sorry to cut you off, but you also, right before recording, you told me that you're surprised that Will Anderson Jr. won Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, the thing is, so I figured that we all knew CJ Stroud was a lock. I didn't think Will Anderson was a lock by any means, and I was kind of shocked by his win. I thought Jalen Carter might get it or Devon Witherspoon. And I think both of those guys would deserve it. But Will Anderson wasn't being talked about a whole lot in that category. I mean, he was, but he was like second or third in the Vegas odds, like all season up until a couple weeks ago. And so I was kind of that one was more shocking. I kind of expected CJ to win, obviously, and then DeMeco to get Coach of the Year, and Will Anderson probably would have been second in voting for defensive.
I'm really shocked that DeMeco didn't win.
I am,
because to me it was just clear. That was clear. It was him and then every other finalist.
Yeah.
In terms of like what they accomplished. I mean, I guess Kevin Stefanski. He had a heck of a year, obviously. Dan Campbell had a heck of a year as a coach.
Yeah.
But to me, DeMeco was like, how did you do that? You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking
ridiculous.
You were just two or three games away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like
with the Houston Texans.
Yeah, and DeMeco cooked Kevin Stefanski in the playoffs. So
exactly.
I know
that's the biggest thing to me. That's the biggest thing to me. Is like, I get it. Stefanski's had a great year, and they had a bunch of adversity that they had to overcome. They did. They had a ton. Obviously losing, you lose 4. You're doing PJ Walker. You're doing DTR. And then Joe Flacco comes out of nowhere and then kind of has his Linsanity run. But the thing, so like obviously tons of adversity, tons of beating all the odds. Like Stefanski is a great coach and definitely deserved to be second in voting. But just simply what DeMeco did with the Texans this year, the turnaround, when it even comes to before the season with hiring the staff that he brought in, hiring Bobby Slowick, bringing him from San Francisco, who was nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year, right? Like all that stuff, that not even like the off the field, the stuff before the season started, all these things that DeMeco did to put the Texans into the position they're currently in, Just doesn't make any fucking sense. And then the cherry on top is that DeMeco kicked Kevin Stefanski's ass in the playoffs. And I don't
Yeah.
mean it was, oh, he beat him by 7, beat him by 14. No, kicked his ass in the dirt.
Yeah.
And
It
so it just
was
doesn't make any sense to me. But, the players got it, CJ got it, Will got it, and that's what matters. And I think DeMeco definitely feels the same way. And so, hell yeah, congrats to the boys.
I just got a fucking tweet about Kevin Samansky. Yeah, no, it's just a little disappointing because
Yeah.
it would have been fun to have the three-way sweep
Yep.
with D'Amico, Will, and CJ. It would have been fun. The picture of them before on the red carpet was cool.
Yep.
It's like, well, imagine if they all were holding their awards up like in a picture. That'd be
Yeah.
fucking pimp. But maybe next year. Maybe D'Amico will win the Super Bowl next year or gets the Super Bowl next year, and then he will be the clear front runner of everyone. So who
Yeah.
knows? But I mean, big day for the Texans. It's just kind of crazy how like it all culminated. This super successful magical season culminated into just like more history
Mm-hmm.
with CJ and Will. I mean, it's crazy. Just think about draft night. When we were watching the draft, we obviously we drafted CJ, traded up, drafted Will, and we were like, wow, the steps to the future. Steps
Mm-hmm.
going into the future. This is insane.
And
And
uncertainty, right? There
the
was
best
uncertainty with
there
those
was.
picks.
There was, and a lot of people were like, "What? You fucking traded up? You traded away your pick for Will Anderson?" And
Yeah.
CJ, he's fucking stupid. Why we? Ohio State quarterbacks are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the best rookies of the in the NFL this past year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just wild thinking, putting that in perspective and thinking about that retroactively.
Yeah.
And now flash forward to here today, and we're sitting here, and they won awards, and they're probably going to win more awards in the future.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, CJ Stroud, I have no doubt is going to be holding an MVP trophy at one point. Will
Oh, yeah.
Anderson, I kind of have no doubt that he's going to be holding a Defensive Player of the Year trophy at one point.
I kind of think Will Anderson Jr. might win Defensive Player of the Year next
Next
year
year. Yeah. I
because,
agree.
like, I mean, first half of the season, it was like he's still feeling it. He's still filling out the game. And then the second half of the season, it was like, can anyone fucking block him without holding him or triple teaming him? What's going
Yeah.
on?
No.
Like he's a monster. He's a wrecking
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt in my mind he'll have between 15 and 18 sacks next year, probably winning Defensive Player of the Year. Who won it last night? Myles Garrett?
Myles Garrett. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
Myles
no, he
Garrett
could.
won it. And I guess we can in my opinion on that is Miles deserved it. I mean, I don't hate that. I think TJ Watt
TJ
really
Watt.
maybe should have got a more looks than he did. But maybe his injury kind of played into it a little bit. He did kind of have a bad injury there. Missed a little bit of time, so maybe that's what played into it. I don't know.
He still
But
led the league in sacks.
yeah, I don't know. Myles Garrett obviously was the star of that defense. So, and the Browns defense was, really talk of the town for a lot of the season. Them and the Ravens kind of competing for that best kind of most notorious defense in the league this year,
Yeah.
which the Texans had to play in back-to-back weeks in the playoffs, which is crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, but overall, I mean, I'm so happy for the guys, and it's huge. I mean, you're right. You think back to draft night, you go watch the footage of us on our live stream reacting to the picks. I mean, we were pumped, we were excited, but obviously there was a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of risk. Nick Caserio really did put a lot on the line for these two guys, and he knew what they had, and then it all ended up being great. Now, I mean, obviously our the pick we have in the first round is higher than the pick we would have had before the trade. So it all worked out phenomenally. And Nick Caserio is a genius, and DeMeco and everyone just, oh my God. And it's really going to grind my gears for the rest of my life that DeMeco didn't get Coach of the Year for this.
Hey,
But he'll
get it
probably get
next
another
year.
one.
He can still get it next year when we take that step forward.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to kind of get into, like, after talking about the awards, is like what it means going forward for the future of the Texans, because I mean that was just a spotlight being shown on
Mhm.
us last night, and kind of like a reminder to everyone, like, they fucking cooked. This is rare. This is rare how teams do this. They cooked, and they're gonna be back. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna be relevant for a really long time. I mean, The Jets last year had defensive player of the year, or excuse me, defensive rookie of the year and offensive rookie of the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in fucking way better position than they are.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I mean, they thing is the Jets obviously didn't have a good season at all. One of the crazier kind of shitty seasons we've seen a team have. But the biggest key difference is that, in my opinion, their offensive rookie of the year was Garrett Wilson, right? Who is phenomenal. But our offensive rookie of the year was a quarterback, and we
yeah,
have a top five quarterback. And the Jets don't have one. I mean, they have Aaron, but obviously he goes down 4 plays in. They don't have a quarterback all season.
he ain't top five.
Yeah, and so that's the biggest difference. And also Will Anderson. Here's Will Anderson's a defensive end, an absolute game wrecker, and Sauce Gardner is a good corner. But Stingley, who we got with the pick before Sauce, really had his breakout year and was just an absolute animal all season. So we kind of were in much better position than the Jets for multiple reasons, and I think quarterback is one of those main reasons. CJ Stroud is just, I mean,
Just amazing,
I
just
can't,
amazing.
I
His
just
speech,
can't
he
say it
looked
enough.
cool last night. He looked cool last night. Everyone looked cool. Will
Yeah,
Anderson Jr. They all looked cool.
Will in that
And
all
just
white suit looked badass. Yeah,
yeah, dude. And CJ had glasses on, and I was
yeah.
like, I didn't even know he had prescription. You know,
I don't think they were.
and he had a prescription for that. So
Yeah,
it might be blue light glasses. I don't know,
maybe.
but
Yeah, probably.
I mean, just a great point in time in history to be a Texans fan. Seeing that last night, just like a reminder. It's like this ain't done. This ain't
No,
done.
it's
Like
just the
it's
beginning.
far, just the beginning,
Hmm.
just the beginning. It's
Yeah,
far from done, and we're gonna have those guys for 10 plus years, which is
yeah.
fucking crazy,
And I
crazy.
love your point about putting a spotlight on it because one thing I don't want people to do is forget what is going on in Houston.
Yeah, I don't think
And
it will.
I don't think people will. I think we're going to be obviously a huge, huge talking point this offseason for everyone in the national media. I think a lot of people, a lot of eyes on us right now. CJ Stroud is one of the mm, other than honestly, other than Mahomes, maybe Lamar, maybe Kelsey. I He's probably a top five biggest star in the league currently. Just
I would say he's
he's
getting there.
he's
I
really
mean,
close. I mean,
he's
he's
getting
top
there.
10. I think his jersey sales are going to be up probably in the top 10 going into next season. I think
Yeah,
he's a guy who a lot of people like. If you can just look at it from the NFL's Instagram, the NFL main account, Bleacher Report, Gridiron as well. They post CJ once a week. Like they know it. In the comments, everyone is just in love with Stroud. A lot of people's favorite new player is CJ Stroud. And so the media is going to be talking about him a lot, talking about the Texans, and depending on what moves we make this offseason in free agency and in the draft, you know, a
yeah.
lot of people are going to be ready to go, ready to support the Texans, ready to see what we do next year.
Oh man. Real quick. I mean, obviously, we have a whole fucking off season to talk about, but
Yeah,
I mean, season's done. Super Bowl Sunday is coming up soon,
yeah.
and after that, no more NFL offseason begins. Free agency will begin in March. Draft in April. Schedule drops in April. What are some quick predictions this offseason? And we'll obviously get way more in depth into it in later episodes, but we've already been kind of talking about who we want and what we want to do
Yeah.
as fans. And I
Yeah.
know what you're gonna say. I mean, you
So,
have
yeah, I have one that obviously we've talked about a lot. I predict a few things. I think we re-signed Dalton Schultz. I think we re-signed Jonathan Grenard. I think I think we re-signed Kaimi Fairbairn, and I kind of think that'll be it for the big for the re-signings. Um, Also, my biggest wish list, the thing at the top of my wish list is Saquon Barkley. We're the Vegas odds to get him, other than the Giants, and I don't think he's going back to the Giants. We're the best odds to get him. Um,
good point.
and so don't bring back Devin Singletary. Love what Devin did. I don't think he's going to be back. I think he really did a lot this year to get a payday somewhere else. Probably going to get a multi-year deal somewhere else, and good for him. But I think we keep Damian Pierce, let him try to cook. Saquon is RB1. pay him. He's going to want some money, and I think we're going to pay him that because the running back's the missing piece. We got stars. We got Nico Collins, who you should have been in the Pro Bowl. You had a great tweet the other day about Jamar Chase and him and their stats side by side. And Jamar Chase obviously in the Pro Bowl. Nico Collins is a star in this league. Probably going to sign a receiver. If it's Mike Evans, if it's T Higgins, if it's Hollywood Brown, a lot of people have been saying like we're going to add another receiver. But mainly Saquon and running back and a superstar running back is kind of the missing piece to this offensive formula. And I think Saquon is the biggest deal. And I think Saquon's fresh. Saquon's young. Saquon's a guy who gets a lot of hate for being injury prone. He's not. He plays a lot of football. Plays a lot of football. He's consistently in the last few years played at least 13 games, which I will take, especially from that position that gets its ass beat like that. Yeah, I will take that. That's my biggest wish list. But like you said, there's a lot of time for us to talk about it.
Saquon in a Texans jersey, man. I
Would be
I
beautiful.
I hope that happens. That'd be great for the right price. I don't want him. I don't want to throw a whole bunch of money at Saquon. Obviously he's played 5 years. He's a running back. So,
Yeah.
um, I have a prediction for you. It's unrelated to like roster and players and stuff.
Mm.
We are going to open up the NFL season in Kansas City on kickoff or opening night.
Ooh, yeah.
That's good because we play Kansas City in Kansas City next year. I
Yeah.
believe Kansas City will win the Super Bowl. Haha. And we are probably going to open up. They're got to get someone. They got to get some team. And I think CJ Stroud and the Texans
Yeah.
would be the perfect, like, we're going to start the season off with CJ Stroud versus Patrick Mahomes,
I agree.
which,
I mean, they kind of similar what they did with the Lions, who had a lot of hype coming into this season this year. So yeah, I like that. I would love that. That would be
yeah.
amazing.
And
Also, another
yeah.
thing, guys, this offseason is going to be really fun. I know we're all bummed that it's over, that the season's over because it was such a fun season. But another thing that I feel like we're not really thinking about, we get our new jerseys this offseason.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
We get our so Saquon in a Texans jersey is and CJ Stroud and week one of if it's the Chiefs or whoever gonna be in our brand new fucking jerseys. And I
Yeah.
had no idea what they look like. I hope we get to see those fairly soon. But
I think in April before the draft is when they're going to get revealed.
yeah,
Something like that. I mean, it
yeah,
would make sense because we want to have like our first round pick hold up the new
of course,
jersey,
yeah,
So, a lot this offseason is going to be fucking crazy,
it
guys.
is.
I mean, like I said, the combine is at the end of this month, so we got combine coming up, free agency, uh, schedule drop, new uniforms, draft, and then after that, all the off-season programs in the summer.
Yep.
And we're going to be able to watch our guys progress. And, we're going to probably go into training camp. Also, another quick prediction. We're going to go to training camp seeing CJ Stroud, like, be a fucking magician. Like, it's
Hmm.
going to be like, oh my God. Second year CJ Stroud is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I mean, he's going to have like maybe 40 passing touchdowns, like only like 10 picks. Like he's going to be crazy next year.
I
So
think
we're gonna see a completely different player this
yeah,
offseason.
yeah, which is crazy because he's already amazing.
He's already outrageous.
I
Yeah,
think
he's already ridiculous.
I think you're right. I think 40 touchdowns. I really think he throws well. I don't want to say the big 5,000, but I think he throws over 4,800 yards. I think he's
I mean,
MVP. I think he's MVP next year. I think he's just the type of player that I don't know. He has unlimited potential after what he did this year.
yeah.
I just
I mean,
don't know. He might do things we've never seen happen in the NFL.
his ceiling. I mean, he damn near just kind of played like he did at Ohio State, which
Hmm.
is, I mean, the thing is, he didn't have the amount of touchdowns, but he did make a whole lot of mistakes. Didn't
Yep.
throw a whole lot of picks. Just making throw after beautiful throw. I mean, he was just doing that like a year removed from Ohio State. He was just like, this is fucking just like college, bro.
Yeah.
He was just playing like it's college. He might just get back up to where he was at Ohio as a Buckeye, be throwing for like over 4,000 yards, 40 something touchdowns, and like 7 picks or something
Yeah.
like that, which would
Yeah.
be would firmly put him at the top of the MVP race, especially if the Texans are good,
Yeah.
because the NFL is going to want the CJ Stroud to win the MVP. They're going to want that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And yeah, and also just again, congrats to the before we wrap up. Congrats to the guys. Um, Offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. What a fucking amazing,
History.
amazing draft from Casario. Good job, man. Everyone
Woo!
involved.
We just get like 10 more years of fucking like what we were just doing.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's cool. That's cool. I
That is
mean, you
rad.
gotta be pretty psyched. You gotta be pretty fucking pumped to be a
Yep.
Texans fan, dude.
Oh, it's the
After last
best.
night.
It's the
Ooh,
best.
God.
Being a Texans fan right now is probably, I mean, other than being a Chiefs fan, maybe a Niners fan, we're one of the most exciting teams to be a fan of right now, for
I
sure.
mean, I really do hope we take the step.
Yeah.
I really hope because we are the pressure is gonna be on.
Yeah.
I mean, like CJ Stroud, the pressure is going to be on him, DeMeco Ryans, because obviously, like the amount of glazing that has happened, warranted glazing,
Yeah.
deserved glazing. It's there's been a whole lot. All eyes on the Texans next year. The spotlight's on you.
Yep.
Got a first place schedule to play through. You're the winner of the division. So yeah,
Hard
no,
schedule next year.
hard schedule.
Hard
So
schedule.
I hope we take the step and don't falter because it would suck if it was like we're 9-8, you know. That would
Yeah.
be like we did worse than but
Yeah.
I don't think so. Future's bright. Uh hopefully things that we want this offseason they come true or they come into fruition. So we'll see, you know. All the offseason shit we'll be covering deeply. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for
tons.
that.
Yeah, tons of off. I mean, obviously, kind of just been waiting for the Super Bowl to get here and get over with, and kind of move on to the new league year. That's kind of when everything really gets rolling. And
Right.
so, free agency is the next is first thing, and that's one of the most exciting things in my opinion. It's gonna be really fun to see what the Texans do because this, like we have been talking about, we're a very attractive spot for big time free agents.
Yeah,
So
I mean, they saw CJ Stroud win Offensive Rookie of the Year and Will Anderson win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and
yeah,
they're like, wouldn't mind fucking
yeah,
signing on the dotted line to be there with them.
yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
saw us in the playoffs. Saw, yeah, no, they know.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah. Before we wrap up, quick shout out and thanks to Celebrity Mint. Go follow them on socials. The Celebrity Mint. Awesome sports memorabilia. Crazy movie props. They brought some movie props in here the other day. The bust from Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer bust from Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. It
that's
was in there. I
crazy.
was touching it. Yeah, it was wild. So go follow them. They have amazing things. Thank you to them. Thank you, Big City Wings. Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. I went there a whole bunch for the Texans season. Going to be going there for baseball season. You know what? Go there for the Super Bowl. Go there for the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. They have awesome drinks, awesome food, awesome service. So thank you, Big City Wings, and thank you, Celebrity Mint, for sponsoring this episode.
yeah. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors. Means a lot, guys. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Lets us know you like what we're doing. Means a lot to us. Make sure you leave a comment. Give us some free agency predictions, draft predictions. You know, just thoughts on this offseason in general. Leave them down below. We love reading them. Follow us on Twitter at Apollo HOU and Apollo Texans to keep up to date with Houston Texans and Houston sports and everything in between. Hell yeah, guys. And other than that, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Watch Texans, watch football.
Back in my bag and I gotta brag, I do this shit for real.